Okay, folks, stand by. Stand by. One moment. Stand by. It's very exciting. Stand by.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too. Okay, folks. Stand by. Stand by. For Christ's sake. Stand by. Very exciting. Oh boy. Oh my God. Gee whiz. Oh boy. Derelicts. Fucking way. Oh my God. Oh, Christ. Okay. Your patience here. We get this sun blaring, and definitely gonna have to set up this camera thing. And you might be wondering, gee whiz, what's this? In case you're new to the fun, this is Mike's Meals. I just come out here, I eat my fucking food in my car, and I discuss things. You know, I used to hate to be a drive-through guy, but because of this worldwide situation we're all in, I have become a drive-through guy. And rather than sit here in solace and quiet, I invite you to come along with me on these adventures through various food situations, pizzas, sandwiches. I am drinking water, if that's of any consolation. Some of you have decided that you need to chime in on my diet, which is fine. I appreciate the concern. I am a water drinker, but I did reward myself with this shake. This is the Arby's dollar size shake, between 2 and 5. Speaking of their $2 to $5 fun menu, I got this little roast turkey, whatever the fuck, roast beef sandwich. Let's see. It's decent. It's a whole lot of bun. Now, I didn't ask for sauce, but luckily I have this leftover Arby's sauce from the last time I was at an Arby's, just sitting there patiently waiting. This is actually my first meal of the day. I've had about 3 or 4 Cliff Bars, but I did a lot of time management stuff today. Today I did a bunch of stuff that you don't like to do, paying bills online, calling for appointments, all that crap you don't want to do. Today I did it. I guess if I had Timothy Ferris in my life, he could figure it all out. He could get me some person in Indonesia, working for 10 cents an hour to do all my errands for me, but I'm still doing things on my own. I did read that guy's book, The 4 Hour Work Week, in 2012, I think. I mean, some good ideas, some good concepts. I mean, at the same time, it's a lot of shit in there. Doesn't I mean everything you write in an advice book like that, it's not going to apply to everybody, obviously. But it was interesting. I do think the guy was, for whatever reason, I'm on this Timothy Ferris rant. I do think the guy was ahead of his time a little bit because, fast forward 8 or 10 years, nobody wants to fucking work. You know what I mean? And all these companies are having a hard time finding people to work and so forth. So this slider is pretty good. Must be a busy day out there. I don't see a lot of interaction going on right now. If you happen to be tuning in, you can comment. If you're trying to comment or question and it's not going through, try going directly to the YouTube link. But I am here for your comments, your questions, your queries. No, there I am. I am in the process of moving within the same confines of the same city, but moving nonetheless is still difficult. I've been at it for over a week now. I'm still in the process of moving. And you might be saying, gee whiz, Mike, why is it taking you so long? Well, I'm doing this all on my own two hands, my own vehicle. That's the moving company, Mike's Moving Company. I'm not using U-Haul. I'm not asking friends for favors, for trucks or for extra hands. I'm doing it all by myself, which I've kind of learned the last couple of years that there's a certain enjoyment from doing things on your own, especially creatively, but a collaborative effort I was involved in as the writer, director, co-producer, along with my friend Kim Kaling and Tim Labonte, director of photography, editor, Tony Caramadre on music. The Impeccable, a short film, has won yet another award, second Actress Universe Award for Naria Zakarian. Congratulations to her and to all of us. It's a group effort, but Naria's performance is outstanding. It's her second award for this short film that we did. And Naria's on to a lot of good things in her career. You might be saying, well, gee whiz, Mike, this sounds like a great movie. I wish I could watch it on YouTube. Well, you can. It's on, subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel, The Impeccable. Now, it's not that hard to find. You just go to Mike's Original Films playlist, and there it is. Now we get to the big main event of the show. This giant sandwich. The key, folks, is you have to tell these sons of bitches to hold the fucking tomato. Not a bad sandwich, actually. Arby's is kind of becoming a new friend of mine. Arby's is the closest fast food to me that I know of. But even before I moved here, I was been to this Arby's several times. This kid in the drive-thru was exceedingly polite. Always nice to have a polite fast food person. And wanted to make sure I had two straws. I appreciate that extra effort. Kid's going to go places. I remember when my first two or three jobs in life was in fast food restaurants. The first job I ever had was at a Roy Rogers. Some of you may not know what that is, but Roy Rogers, I think they only have a few franchises left. I think there's one in Pennsylvania or Maryland, maybe New Jersey. But Roy Rogers used to be like maybe the fifth or sixth biggest fast food company in the country, in the USA. Back in the day, for me at least, you never really had to distinguish what country you were in. And then as I get older and the world changes with social media, YouTube, internet, of course, suddenly we're worldwide citizens. We're not just people in our own little country bitching about shit. We're people in the worldwide bitching about shit. But back in my day, you didn't think about other people in other countries. You just thought about yourself, But now you have to be socially aware of everyone and their feelings and their fucking whatever the fucks, their societal differences, their cultural differences, which is actually kind of a good excuse to do just about anything. Like, I killed a guy. Well, why'd you do that? It's a cultural difference. Oh, sorry. Go right ahead. I was watching this thing this morning on the TV, this new invention about, I guess it's the 1 year anniversary of the insurrection. So a year ago, our country was threatened greatly by these idiots, these, militants, these extremists, bum rushing the Capitol building. 1 year ago today, January 6th, it's a date that's important to me anyway. It kind of upsets me that thing happened on January 6th. But basically January 6th. Now it's Insurrection Day. So all these yahoos and freaks and the guy with the bow and the fucking hat, the QAnon shaman, all these people. This documentary I saw this morning was a guy doing research on these extremists. Pretty interesting stuff. And obviously, not all Republicans and not even all Trump supporters are that extreme. It is a minority of people, but the thing with this documentary is basically saying that there's more of these people out there than we know of, or that we think we know of. So I'm not into that. Rushing the Capitol building, not something I approve of. I'm not sure the status of those people that got arrested or what's going on. It's a year later. It's troubling times, though. I'm in a pretty good situation with my life right now. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm not immune or blind to the struggles of the world or our country. Now, can I snap the magic Mike Messier thumb and make it all go away and make everybody happy? Obviously not. I can just share a Mike's Meals with you and commence and bitch about everything. Here we go. Now, today was a bit of a different day for me. Usually, I've liked to wake up with kind of a morning ritualistic, kind of an exercise, but more of a Zen scenario I've been doing every morning lately. Today, there was such a laundry list, quite literally, of things to do because the list didn't have laundry on it. And just like I said, all these errands, these making phone calls and trying to book appointments, and then this one doesn't have the referral to that one, and you got to call this one. As you get older, folks, sometimes you feel like you're doing other people's jobs for them. I don't know if you have that sensation, but you know, some of these people that are supposed to help you because that's their job, they're getting paid to help you, but they're not really doing their job, so you've got to figure it out on your own. Now, as people have been saying, Mike, what do you think of this AEW show last night? I haven't watched it yet, guys. I will watch it. I've been trying to stay spoil free, but I've been seeing some spoilers. I will watch it and analyze it. People have always been saying, Mike, what do you think of these movies? I haven't been seeing a lot of movies the last week either. I've just been so damn busy, and I'm not bragging. I'm in the process of moving. It's a lot of work, and whenever you have some project like moving, it bumps everything else back, all the other concerns in your life. So I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing. How's that for a line? I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing. You use that on your spouse. I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing. I want to send a special shout out. Well, thanks, Josh. Saw it. DM me. I'll give you one match. Two of you. You know, I'm going to watch the show, Josh. I have it taped. I have YouTube TV, so I do. I tape all the wrestling shows. Josh, thanks for your advice. I will watch it. I'm looking forward to watching it. It just so happens last night I was in the process of moving. I was tired. I've been going to sleep earlier than usual and waking up earlier. The situation that I'm now in as far as living, Josh, the sun actually wakes me up in the morning, which is great. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for understanding. I will watch it. Trust me. Also, just so you know, Josh, there are plenty of AEW Household Always Rules videos exclusively. The whole wide world doesn't have these videos. Only Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel does. I did put some of them on the pay window. only 99 cents a month. You can be a member. I believe I called it a Mikey tier or something like that. 99 cents a month. You can see Suicide Girls footage. You can see House Always Rules footage, other footage that's too hot for YouTube, like Jerry Springer, 1998. You can watch. There has been a new fan of mine has been enjoying the Suicide Girls. Really sad story that Suicide Girls Stormy, one of the Suicide Girls featured on the original Mike Messier show, apparently passed away several years ago. What a sexy lady, a fun lady, pretty, of course, outgoing burlesque dancer. I put some of the Suicide Girls burlesque videos. I was getting concerned that they were too risky for YouTube. I put them in the members only section. So if you're looking for them, by all means, check them out. But I wanted to make sure that they didn't get taken down, so I put them in the members section for now. That's the thing with YouTube, folks. It's a privately run company. I've seen a lot of people kind of bitch about YouTube, people that but I've stuck with it. I'm on the 17th or 18th month of trying to make my YouTube channel worth something, and I hope I have. I think I have, but it's up to you guys to determine that. But the dollar a month, 99 cents a month, you can see exclusive stuff you won't see anywhere else. Apparently, Steven Regal, Josh, in case you want to talk wrestling, William Regal has been released. Steven Regal, William Regal. Some people are saying that this is the final nail in the coffin of the old NXT. My buddy Michael A.J. Norris was asking me my opinion on the NXT New Year's Evil show. I didn't watch that either. I started to watch it yesterday, and I just couldn't get into it, man. The commentary and just the fact that they have Wade Barrett doing commentary pisses me off because he was a great wrestler. So why the hell is Wade Barrett, who really should still be wrestling now if you think about it, why was that guy released, 8 or 9 years ago? The WWE makes such little sense, buddy. Road Dogg, that's an interesting one. I mean, geez, now you're really cutting to the bone of DX, aren't you? Road Dogg, I can see getting picked up by AEW in a hurry. I'm sure that I'm not sure, but I'm guessing he and Cody Rhodes are pretty good friends. I could be wrong. Actually, Scott Armstrong is Road Dogg's brother. Tim Thatcher, was he a trainer? I'm thinking of Les Thatcher, but who's Tim Thatcher? Was that a wrestler? Who is Tim Thatcher? Trainer, wrestler? Please remind me, Josh. Road Dogg, Scott Armstrong, brothers, Armstrong boys. The Armstrong curse, if you will. If you remember that one from WCW. Brad Armstrong, I think died 6 or 7 years ago. Maybe more, maybe 8. Brad Armstrong was really talented. And Brad Armstrong won the Georgia. If you ever get a chance, Josh, look up Mr. R versus Ted DiBiase, Georgia Championship Wrestling. I know it's available on YouTube. I've seen it there. Mr. R versus Ted DiBiase, Georgia Championship Wrestling, 1984. It's a great match if you like the Armstrongs. I never got through that Beatles thing, Josh. Speaking of the Beatles, I never got through it. That whole thing with the 9-hour fucking web series. I'm in like part 2, and I bought the Disney fucking Plus app for an extra month just to watch this Beatles thing. It's kind of hard to get through, to be honest with you. I'm just saying. Maybe we'll mix this up a little bit, Josh. I'm just going to play it. Well, Josh has another comment. Brad was guy behind Bad Street. You're right. Mask guy, same as Arachnaman. WCW knockoff is Spider-Man. You're going back to 1991, buddy. I know all about it. Yes, and not only was he Bad Street, but did you know that Bad Street had another name? Fantasia. Bad Street was also known as Fantasia, which I perhaps, just thinking about it now, maybe WCW changed that out of legal respect to the Disney world because they have a film called Fantasia. My buddy Carl's checking in. How you doing, Carl? We were discussing some wrestling. I have not watched AEW yet from last night, Carl, so please no spoilers. We were discussing all these firings. Yeah, the Freebirds were a lot of fun, man. I don't know if you knew this, Josh, but I did attend Starrcade 91. I think I did a video about that when I was a very young child was when I saw it, but I did do a video, I think, on Starrcade 91. In my move, I've discovered all these old wrestling magazines that I think I want to start doing some analysis on, some videos. I might have some help with that from a special guest. You know, WCW in 1991, Josh and Carl, I still got half the sandwich left. A very interesting time. Very interesting. Because you had a hole where you had always Ric Flair was gone, so you didn't have Ric Flair to wrestle Sting or Luger. They made Luger a heel world champion. They put Barry Windham as a babyface, although he had been a heel for a couple of years. They eventually segued into Ron Simmons getting shots at Luger. Surprisingly, a very good 2 out of 3 falls match between Luger and Simmons. That's Halloween Havoc 91, which happened to be the same night as a World Series Game 6, where I believe the Atlanta Braves are playing in that game. So, very interesting. Well, Josh, I was there for that one, buddy. I mean, not to say I was there for everything, but I was. You can watch my Ron Simmons, damn Ron Simmons beats Vader video. I tell my firsthand account of being in the auditorium, the Baltimore Arena, formerly called the Baltimore Civic Center. It was also the night that Jake the Snake Roberts came in to interfere. Um, it's really a 2-match angle. You had Rick Rude versus Nikita Koloff for the U.S. title. Cactus Jack comes out, causes the DQ on Rude, so Nikita wins by DQ, doesn't win the title. Nikita's fighting off Rude and Cactus Jack. Sting was doing commentary. Sting leaves the commentary booth to come help out Nikita. And so now it's Sting and Nikita fighting off Cactus Jack and Rude. And all of a sudden, from the very pit of the arena, so to speak, Jake the Snake Roberts comes out. Hadn't been in WCW in 10 years. I mean, when he was there, it wasn't even called WCW. It was still the NWA. And he was never like a Mid-Atlantic guy. He was a Georgia Championship Wrestling guy and a Florida guy. But Jake the Snake comes out, lays out Stinger with a DDT, and we're off to the races. Then there's no challenger for Vader because that was scheduled as the main event that night. So Bill Watts comes out there with his fucking hat or something, and they put all the names of like 7 contenders, like Barry Windham and Van Hammer and Dustin Rhodes and Flying Brian and Ron Simmons, all these baby faces. I think Rude came out and put his name in the hat, and they picked out Ron Simmons' name. And Ron Simmons versus Vader happened next. Very exciting. Watch my video about it. Very personal tale. First African American world champion by many accounts, by my account. Some people might argue. Some people would probably list Bobo Brazil. I think the group was called the IWA in the late '70s, early '80s. Interesting group, by the way. I've caught some of this IWA stuff. I think that's what it is. Tommy Young was a referee there. What's fun about YouTube, guys, beyond subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel, is all the old wrestling you can find. These promotions come and gone. IWA, I think, like the guy like Mighty Igor, and you can see my buddy Ox Baker. Tommy Young is a referee. This is this thing that some people just don't get and refuse to get. Pro wrestling is bigger than the WWE. There's always going to be WWE is wrestling, but wrestling is more than WWE. I don't know how else to say it. Maybe a special clip for just a second.
Simon, the British guy that does a bandana on like you. That can't be boring. Wait a second.
Folks, I'm back. Did you enjoy that special clip? Somebody did because they just left as soon as I ended the special clip. That's okay. That was just a good way for me to kind of take a break from talking and eating so I could just finish my fucking sandwich, cracking the neck. Oh my God. My neck just cracked. So I was originally going to talk about time management here, folks. I appreciate Carl's got a list of martial arts movies. We'll do that one soon, buddy. Time management. Today was a day for me. I don't know about you, but I just had all these fucking errands to do. A lot of them were through phone calls, which I hate. Where like you have to sit there and make a call and you get put on hold and then you talk to one person, you got to talk to another person and then go back to the other person. It's all for the greater good, though. It's all for the betterment of me. I do feel a responsibility to society. In case you're wondering, Josh, I just feel like there's certain disadvantages I've experienced in my life and certain advantages I've enjoyed. And I'm trying to contribute to society the best way I can through subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel, my book, A Distance from Avalon, When the Dying and the Dead Reunite, AvaloniaFestival.com, the award-winning, 5 award-winning, impeccable, unbelievable, independent short film winning awards for both lead actresses. Unprecedented, and it's never happened before. The impeccable Blood sugars today is always a favorite. All these wonderful things I provide for the world. And the AEW clips and so on and so forth. The AEW Apologist playlist on Monty and the Pharaoh. The year-end review getting over 1,600 views and counting, and so on and so forth. But we're not here just to talk about me. What's going on with you fine folks? Any questions, comments, queries, complaints? This Jamocha shake, it's kind of a nice thing because if you think about it, like after the first 5 or 6 slugs of a shake, it's kind of like you have a point of diminishing returns. Now, if you look at this little shake, this is what, an 8-ounce cup or something? But I feel pretty satiated with this, like 8 ounces of shake. But in my life, I've had like a shake that's been about 6 or 8 sizes of this. Like, you ever get like a large shake? You know what shakes are not good? No offense. McDonald's shakes are not good. Burger King's slightly better. The chocolate burger. You ever get like a shake where you want chocolate in your fucking milkshake and it's just vanilla ice cream and they just put the chocolate sauce in? How am I supposed to live like that? A lot of things going on, folks. Some things that are happening in my life. Believe it or not, I'm somewhat of a private person. There are things in my life that I cannot discuss or I choose not to. I don't believe in TMI. I don't believe in just using YouTube as a fucking therapist. Recently had Shake Shack for the first time ever. Those burgers are legit. Actually, Patrick, thanks for checking in, buddy. When I go to the Regal Cinemas here in Jacksonville, there's a Shake Shack conveniently located right near, like within a 2-minute drive of the Regal Cinema. So often that, like, if I want to go see a movie at Regal and I'm short on time, I basically, there's a woman over there, that I basically go to the Shake Shack and get some drive-through and chomp it down real quick. Or on the flip side, if I go to the movie first and if Shake Shack's still open, which I think they're usually open till midnight, oftentimes I've gone there. So yeah, Shake Shack's pretty damn good, buddy. I think they have a garlic burger that I've enjoyed. I don't know if I've ever done a Shake Shack Mike's Meals. I don't think I have. Maybe I will, buddy. Yesterday, what did I eat yesterday? I went to I think it was yesterday or the day before, I went to this buffet. It's like kind of a Greek place buffet. It was pretty good. It was a little pricey for a weekday. Like between the tip and everything, it came out to almost $30 for a fucking lunch buffet. Everything's gone up in price, folks, in the last couple of years. We know that. And sometimes you wonder if it's price gouging. I'm assuming you're wowing on the fact that I paid $30 in the middle of a week, like literally a Tuesday, for a fucking lunch buffet. Typically, you're thinking a lunch buffets would be like 15, but this thing was like $26, and there's fucking tax and fucking tip. The thing with tipping is always a pain in the ass because I always tip. I'm a good tipper, but I've noticed that like the baseline for tips now is 18%. It used to be 15%. So these fucks just gave themselves a 3% raise. And I get it. You know what I mean? But it's like, Christ, are we supposed to finance everybody that we come in contact with? And then you have these people, a friend of mine calls them hobos. I don't necessarily call people hobos, but folks that are down on their luck, who hold up signs and stuff, or they stand outside the fucking parking lot. That's true, buddy. Creeping up to 20% for your fucking baseline. It's like, Christ. Am I supposed to pay for your children's college education while I'm at it? I just want to buy a fucking pizza. So, but these folks that they used to be called Spangers, Thayer Street, Providence, Rhode Island. They used to call them spanging, like spare changing these fucks that were standing on the goddamn street corner on Thayer Street in Providence, college dropouts who would spange, hey man, getting spare change. And a friend of mine, like I said, calls them hobos. The problem is you don't know who's legit and who's not. Like who, maybe there should be some type of verification for homeless people that are down on their luck. Like they have like a card, a registration that says they are down on their luck, you know, and maybe a little brief bio, some identifying characteristics, so that if you're going to give people money, you can ask for their verification documents, and they have maybe a lanyard which they can present. And that would kind of keep people on the up and up. You know, if you're a legitimate person down on your luck, you can present your lanyard with your verification certificate, and people can feel more comfortable giving you their spare change. And if you happen to be illegitimate or a heister or a shyster, sorry. I mean, how else can you do these things? I mean, I don't know. There's places that I feel like I can't go to. I remember the last couple of years I lived in Providence, Josh and Patrick. I would avoid downtown Providence a lot of times because I knew that these fucks were out there looking for people's money and eyeballing your vehicle and shit. I've seen some videos once again on fucking YouTube of, I think it's like Seattle and maybe LA, where like during this worldwide situation, that basically the cities have been overrun, you know, by homeless people or hobos, if you would. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not in those cities, so I can't comment firsthand. But if these videos are to be believed, it's pretty scary and drastic. What we need to do is we need to enlist the homeless people to fight all the radical malicious people. All the homeless people, we can feed them, but they have to be like the anti-militia. Like they have to go out and fight the militia fucks, like the extremists, the radicals, the Capitol riot people need to fight the homeless people. And the regular people like you and me, Patrick and Carl and Josh, we will have to fund this through our tax-paying dollars. Oh, let's see. Oh shit, LA is a tent city. I don't know what you do about cleaning the streets. Who the fuck wants to live somewhere where that is the scenery? Well, you sound like me now, buddy. I mean, you're very adamant, and I share your anger. And look, it's not to. Obviously, these are human beings as well. They're down on their luck, and you'd like to think that if they had the choice to have a home, they would. But I can tell you this, folks, and I was going on a little bit of lecture with somebody last month, maybe 2 months ago. You mind? This guy was complaining that he was going to have to leave the country, the USA. I did this video about it on the actor who doesn't show up rant. But basically, this guy, the same guy, was complaining that he felt he was going to have to leave the USA, go back to his country of origin because his mother was pulling his coattails. This guy's like 45 years old. And I explained to him, hey, buddy, you can fucking go to the Dollar Tree, buy a bunch of things for $1, and then go on eBay and resell that shit. You know, buy something for $1, resell it for $3. You've made a 300% commission or whatever the fuck. I mean, I basically told this guy, there's so many ways to make money now that are legal, and you can do it from the privacy of your own home. You can be an eBay salesman. You can be an online trader. You can buy things in bulk and resell them for a profit, which is all legal. None of this is illegal, okay? So I'm trying to explain to this guy that you don't have to be dependent on other people to figure out your fucking life. And of course, it goes into one fucking ear with this guy and out the fucking other. So at some point, when my friend disparages these hobos, as he calls them, although I'm kind of a liberal fuck myself, I can't argue with that point of view sometimes, that perspective. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you guys saw that AEW women's tag match that's going back a week ago, or 6 days ago to Friday, last Friday, whatever, New Year's Eve. But what a women's tag match. I'm telling you, I was there in person. It was even better in person. I don't know if the TV coverage did it justice. I think I have a little clip of that here. I'll try to find it. I think I got a little clip. Okay, I guess. All right, so I'll continue to spice up these fucking programs or whatever the fucks with clips. Gentlemen, if you have any final words, I'll give you about 2 minutes to get them in. I do appreciate the interactive fun. I do feel like you've kept me good company here. We've had some laughs. We've booked the territory, so to speak. Patrick, Carl, of course, and Josh. We've figured it all out for society. We've enjoyed a good meal together. I mean, this is my fucking trick, folks. I always order a goddamn water at the fast food restaurant. Keeps them honest. I've heard that soda fountain water is actually a great drink. I've heard it's supposed to be really clean or whatever the fuck. Like the water from a soda machine. I drink plastic goddamn water all the time. I've heard that like these little fucking pieces of plastic get in there and they can kill you. You're the man, Mike. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Thanks, buddy. I'm just getting started. I had this whole thing was supposed to be about time management. I never got around to talking about it. But basically, I just had a day where like all the unfun stuff that you have to do, paying certain bills, making certain appointments, all these things that like get pushed to the side because you want to do other things that are more fun. I finally like banged out a good portion of those things, like the non-fun, non-sexy, non-glamorous aspects of living is what I did in the first half of the day. Now I feel like I'm catching up a little bit on mic time. I still have to watch the fucking AEW from last night, so I'm catching up from last night's. You know what I mean? But that's what tomorrows are for, right? We always have tomorrow to do the shit we didn't do today. You know what I mean? So like I said, for further watching the impeccable, another wonderful award for Naria Zakarian, beautiful Mrs. Europe 2014. Ashley Shea, who won Best Actress from the Alternative Film Festival, plays Aunt Clarice. Denise the niece is played by Naria. And Adam Lamframbaise does a great job. The man in the middle is Henry, the rogue. So a wonderful movie that I created that you can enjoy. The Impeccable, winner of 5 awards now. Disregard the Vampire, Mike Messier documentary, holds the record for me for 11 awards for a single project, and so on and so forth. I've also won a photography award, which is nice, and so on and so forth. My next big road trip, folks, is scheduled, although I'm having kind of concerns, but I'm scheduled to be attending the Austin Revolution Film Festival in late February. I'm just hoping that this worldwide situation doesn't prohibit me from going as planned, because I'd love to do some road trip videos from here in Florida to Austin, Texas, but safety first. Okay, gentlemen, thanks for checking in, and goodbye. Ugh.